bhajan just told. I know that you already did some. We can do Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Yes. Okay? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kar more Toma bina hai dayalu Jagat samsare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya kar more Tama bina hai dayalu Patita pavana hetu Tava avatara Mosama patita prabho Napaideyara Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Balokana Koro Ami Boro Dukhi Pati Advaita Gosai Toma Kripa Bole Pari Chaitanya Nitai Swarutsana Kana Rupa Raghunatha Bata Juha Sri Jivaha Prabhu Lokanatha Sri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Naratama Dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Koro More Toma Dina Hai Dayalu Jagata Samsare Jaya Koro More Bye. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gora Gora Gora, Hare Krishna, oh, Hare Krishna, Gora Gora, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare हरिनाम संकीर्तन याज्ञा की प्रभुपाद पावन की गौर प्रेमानंदे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। So let's read, we're reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 14, text number 1. Kathanchana smrite yasmin, dushkaram sukaram bhavet, vismrite viparitam syat, vismrite viparitam syat, Shri Chaitanyam namamitam, Shri Chaitanyam namamitam, Shri Chaitanyam namamitam, Shri Chaitanyam namamitam. Things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one somehow or other simply remembers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if one does not remember him, even easy things becomes very difficult. To this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer my respectful obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In his book Chaitanya Chandramrita, Srila Prabhupada Saraswati says, one who receives a little favor from the Lord becomes so exalted that he does not care even for the liberation which is sought after by many great scholars and philosophers. Similarly, a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, considers residence in the heavenly planets a will-o'-the-wisp phantasmagoria. He surpasses the perfection of mystic yoga power because for him the senses are like snakes with broken fangs. A snake is very fearful and dangerous animal because of his poison fangs. But if these fangs are broken, the appearance of a snake is no cause for the fear. The yoga principles are meant to control the senses, but there is no scope for the senses of one who engaged in the service of the Lord to be dangerous like snakes. These are the gifts of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Hari Bhakti Vilasa confirms that difficult things becomes easy to understand if one remembers Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and easy things becomes very difficult to understand if one forgets him. We actually see that even those who are very great scientists in the eyes of general public cannot understand the very simple idea that life comes from life, because they do not have the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They defend the false understanding that life comes from matter, although they cannot prove that this is the fact. Modern civilization, therefore, progressing on the basis of this false scientific theory, is simply creating problems to be solved by the so-called scientist. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita takes shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to describe the pastimes of his appearance as a child, because one cannot write such transcendental literature by mental speculation. One who writes about the Supreme Personality of Godhead must be especially favored by the Lord. Simply by academic qualification, it is not possible to write such literature. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. In the text 54 of Chaitanya Chandramrita, Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he says, Samsara Dukkha Jaladhnao Patitasya Kama Krodha Dinakta Makarah Kavali Kritasya Durvasana Nighaditasya Nirastayasya Chaitanya Chandramamadehi Padavalambam. He says that actually, my dear Lord, I came to this ocean of this suffering and nipatitasya. So actually I am just hopeless case, and dangerous animals like kama, krodadi. He says kama, it's lust, krodha, anger, kama esha, krodha esha, adi, and so many others, enemies, dacoits on the way of our self-realization, those who are trying to steal our opulence. You know, with a knife. Have you had this experience sometimes when somebody puts like this, give me your money? I have an experience. We used to distribute books in the trains. I was some Kirtan leader many years, and we used to go in the trains distributing books, and sometimes at the end of the day, when you distribute almost all books and you have so much money. So in the train one time, some people came, give me all money. Okay guys. Then you really start to pray to Krishna, you know, hopelessly. And then when you pray to Krishna, miracle can take place. Some people came to me and wanted to beat me, 2 guys, you know, and one, he just smashed me like this, like this. So I fall down on my knee, just on the ground. And they were kind of drunk a little bit. They wanted to take everything from me. And I was praying to Krishna, Krishna, that's it. I'm monk. I really don't want to fight, because it will be bad luck, you know, for these guys. because I have my black belt, and I was commando army officer. But I really, since I'm monk now, I don't want to make violence. I mean, really don't want. But if one more move from their side, I already prepared myself. I was standing in the knee like this, and I was just, and I was already preparing. It's called uramawashi. Just to shoot myself. But last moment, I decided, okay, let me count till 10. And meanwhile, I will request Nrsimhadev to help me. If he will not help, then I have to help myself. And I was counting from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8. Nrsimha, see, I'm counting. I was that time. And when I counted till 3 already, all of a sudden some sound came. Hey, guys, why are you disturbing the boy? Because I was very, very... I was already commando officer, but when I became monk, when removing the dress, sometimes people asking me, hey, where is your parents? So I was kind of, and when brahmachari heavy tapasya in those days, Soviet Union, I was dubla patla, as they say, I was very, very thin. Why are you disturbing him? And the 2 big guys came, I don't know from where they came, huge one, and they like, as after gym, these Schwarzeneggers, 2 guys. Maybe Jai Vijay, I don't know. So they came and said, and these 2 drunkards said, what? Hey! And they took, boy, don't worry, we'll take care. And they, literally, they lifted them, they took them aside. Oh no, even, I was feeling like, even I could not have been done that. So, and I just slowly, I just ran away from that place, in case. So after a few weeks, I didn't see these guys, but then after 2 weeks, I saw these guys coming from far away. And the moment they saw me, they took another side of the road. One guy had plaster, here. Another one, his neck was broken, another one's hand was broken. Very dangerous, these guys. They never came close to me after that. So sometimes Krishna, and many stories like this. When you're remembering Krishna, then impossible things happen to be possible. I didn't know, did I tell you the story when in Nepal, when my spiritual master, he sent me to Nepal, actually 2001. He says, you have to go to Nepal. And that time, they killed the king. They killed the king, all his family massacred. And they just few years before, it was Maoist, if you know a little bit history. Then, for war. They were fighting, and this was Julus, as they say, curfew. Everything is closed, nothing working, bullets flying, bomb blasting. And that time, many temples were blasted by the communists, and all Bhagavad Katha preachers, they were shot in the villages. I'm then telling the historical fact. And our friend, he's a Kathavachak, local Nepali. They shoot his father 20 bullets in the head, like this, because he was preaching Bhagavatam. So that time, I happened to come to Nepal for preaching. I said, wow, far out. That's why Krishna was training me as an army officer, perhaps, And many years before, in 1990, I remember when I joined, I remember it was new Bhakta, it was new Sikh life. And we didn't have dhoti. We didn't have dhoti. I had bed sheet, bed sheet, I used to put bed sheet. And it came to us, we didn't have temples that time, we had just rented one room with a filled with books, though also handmade books those days. They make it handmade. Only few books we had that time, Bhagavad Gita and some, I think teachings of Lord Chaitanya and Life Come From Life. And I was sitting, and everybody went for book distribution, everybody. And said, new Bhakta, you sit down and you'll be like, on duty in the center. And I was sitting, and all of a sudden, it's like like Oxford Street in London, main street, and our room was on the main street of the urban city, Kharkiv. All of a sudden, so I opening the door, and 3 guys, with kind of turbans, and chadars and sticks, beards. 3 of them. By force they entered the house. They said, wait, who are you? They just like pushed inside. They went around the center. We had paintings of Krishna, pictures from Calcutta somebody brought, and incense, This is our place. and then they sit down in the middle of altar, in the middle of this temple room, whatever we call it. And I said, who are you guys? Who are you? Where did you come from? And they said, we came from mountains. Then they look at me. They said, get ready. It will be war in mountains. Armies are ready. Get ready to take charge. And who are you? What mountains are you talking about? No, I'm telling you real fact what happened. What mountains, man? What mountains? This urban city, Oxford Street of Ukraine, Mountains. And who are you? We came from mountains. It will be war. Armies are ready. Very mystical, And then they stand up, get ready, and they stood up and walked away. I never saw them again. I was thinking, what's going on? What mountains? And years later, like 30 years later, down the road, when I end up, in this Nepal, Himalayas, I said, wow, mountains. There is war going on. And war for the consciousness of people. Consciousness, not just simply bullets and bombs. That's also there, but basically massacre taking place, people butchering the spiritual consciousness of people. You see? In Nepal particularly, in our case, only America supplies with hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars yearly to establish atheism in Nepal. Can you imagine? It's official information in that how much America supporting Nepal financially to establish atheism, to destroy Sanatana Dharma. That's war. And we declare the war to Maya, Prabhupada said many times. And our books, our bombs and magazines are the bullets, right? So we need army training. And when we enter Nepal, somebody donated for me one Mercedes-Benz, big van, brand new. And I changed it into some Kirtan van. I got 5,000 books, from Mayapur, and got Deepis Gornitai, big one. They're still with us there. And, Ashtadhatu, big one. And then harmonium and everything, 6 brahmacharis, wow. And then we came, first time, we crossed the border of Nepal. We just crossed the border. Wow, new car, books, full speed, charge battery. Attack, preaching. And when we crossed the border, we just went inside the country. Huge truck, beep, beep, just going, smashing us, and our bus falling from the mountain. After 1 hour, I crossed the border, and I was sitting in front. And we were joyful, laughing and chanting, oh! We did everything, the Singharati, everything. But men propose, God dispose. So, and when we went, and I was sitting in front seat with a belt, and all of a sudden, this like window broken, and one motorbike guy welcome inside our car. I was like, what's going on? It's like, like the 3D movie. And slowly saliva, like, by slow motion. I could not put things together. This guy, extra guy in our car, and and then and the bus started to roll, from mountain, like 360 degrees. And when first time we turned over the car, and I remember my first thought, new car, man. And then when second time, Krishna, this is the end of the movie. This is last episode maybe already. Krishna, everybody, anta kale chamamava smaram muktva kalevaram. So we started to chant Krishna, Krishna. So we fall down, and there was like big river, and we end up on the bank of the river, and water already coming in the bus, half. I said, get out, everybody! So we were pulling everyone, taking the books and everything, harmonium, gornitai. That was the last day I saw my car. That car finished. So that somehow, luckily, nobody died. Injured a little bit, but it's okay. And then police came, and I was thinking, wow, what a beginning. Welcome to Nepal. Nepal, never ending peace and love. Welcome. And I was thinking, That's far out, and that's because we're accepting the order of spiritual master. Bhalo na bhalo matra seva kori. Yes, sir. Remember we were discussing when Guru telling you, okay, go for book distribution. Guru Maharaj, what seva I can do for you? Go for book distribution. Guru Maharaj, wrong guess. Try again. So, because sometimes we want to do what we want to do, not what actually Krishna and Guru wants us to do. But it doesn't work like that. So, and that was the beginning. It's interesting. I had these realizations. When we remembering Krishna, somehow or other, yena tena prakarena. So we remembering Krishna, then most difficult things becomes very great realization for you. This is the time when you can really fully can depend on Krishna. Because in this material world, kama, krodhadi, all these great dangerous guys, makaranda, makara, this is like, not crocodile, makara, Krishna has this kind of earrings, makara. Makara is like crocodile or some another shark, both together, mixture. There were such entities actually those days in Ganga, in ocean. Now they already make some sandwiches out of them, the modern civilization killing everyone. But there's very dangerous enemies in the ocean of material existence. Like in 4th Canto Bhagavatam, it is explained, Dhruva Maharaj offering prayers also. Bhaktir muhuh pravahatam tvayime prasango bhuyat anantamahatam amalasayanam yenanja solbana murubhya sanam bababdhim nisye bhavat guna kathamrita panamatha. He says that in this ocean of material existence, my dear Lord, there is so many dangers, blazing like dangers. They can eat you and speak to you like this. That's what Prabhupada Saraswati is saying. These dangers, they chewing me. My samskaras, my vasanas, my previous, memories, they chewing me. I am practicing shnik shnik hiri hiri brum brum every day. So many years already, but my vasanas still coming up like crocodiles from the, from the deep of the ocean of my heart. And trying to devour my consciousness, Oh no, Krishna, not today, not today. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Maha, there's all these enemies coming up. So, but as for me, my dear Lord, I'm not afraid. Dhruva Maharaj is saying. Why? Nisye bhavat guna kathamrita panamatha. Guna katha amrita. Guna katha. Because panamatha, pana means I am intoxicated by your guna katha, by your description of your wonderful qualities, my Lord. Even though these dangerous animals are there, but I'm not afraid of them. Like Prabhupada says, it's like snakes, fans of the snake. When you're removing that, it's like looks very dangerous, but there is no deadly effect. So similarly, when we're practicing, these dangers, they're still there, but they cannot reach you. And devotee we're not ignoring them, because if you ignore, Krishna make some small hole, and they can come to you also. So, but we're respecting them, but from distance. It's called respectful distance. We are not offending Maya, we're respecting Maya. But at the same time, Prabhupada give example of the cat, mother cat. When she carrying the kitten, grabbing over here. So baby feeling very protected, relaxed, completely relaxed. No tension, no tension, it's just completely relaxed. But when the same cat coming and grabbing the rat, it's full of fear. Bhaya dvitiya abhiniveshatasya. So like that. That similarly, death will come to everyone. Danger comes to everyone. It's not big deal. But devotee thinking, Haribo, I am ready. Krishna, no problem. Swarga, Pavarga, Narakesh, Apitulyartha Darshinaha. We can go anywhere. We can go to UK, or we can go to Africa, we can go to Nepal, we can go whenever required, like in army. So yes sir, whatever you, battlefield, because everywhere is challenge. As long as we are attracted to this guna kathamrita panamatha, guna kathamrita, description of Krishna's pastimes. And when we actually describing Krishna's pastimes, we are enjoying, we're swimming. Yasyam vaishruya manaya Krishne paramapurushe bhaktirutpadyate pumsam shoka moha bhayapaha. Bhagavatam says, Yasyam vaishruya manaya, those who are listening about Krishna, Krishne paramapurushe, not Durge parama devite or Shivam paramapurushe, Krishne paramapurushe. Bhakti utpadyate pumsam shoka, moha, bhayapaya. Frustration, illusion and fear disappears. That's actually such a wonderful life what Prabhupada gave to us. And when we actually listening about Krishna in the association of devotees, what a shelter, isn't it? That's why Chaitanya Charitamritakara, he says that devotees are like ducks, swans and bumblebees. They're swimming. Have you ever seen like ducks swimming when they are joyful? They're just jumping and, you know, Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Kala Pathunjani Brajita Sad Bhaktavali Hangsa Chakra Madupa Srini Viharas Padam Karna Anandi Kala Dvanir Vahatume Jivama Ruprangane Sri Chaitanya Dayani Dhetavalasa Lila Shuddha Swardhuni. My dear Lord, your devotees like swans, ducks and bumblebees, they enjoying in the waves of Krishna Katha. Really. But as for me, my tongue like desert became dry. No taste. So please allow me to be somewhere nearby where your devotees dancing and doing kirtan like we did now. You go to temple room, just now I came from temple room. All the people sitting there. I was thinking, hey guys, what happened? Somebody died today or what? They came. And I'm sure when curtain will open, they will come. Two kind of exercises, you know. You have seen this? Sometimes they're rolling around, something like this. Everybody coming with their own ways of doing dandavas and obeisances, like so many types I have seen. So and then what? They coming and going, putting some maybe 10 pounds in the gundi, that's all. But actually temple is like hospital. And you're supposed to come to the hospital to go through checkup. You have to see the doctor, you have to just do your checkup. And then you have to take medicine. You should know about your disease. You take medicine. And you have to take your home and take morning, evening, one shloka at least, you know, one round. But most of the people, they're not interested in this spiritual advancement, in Krishna Katha. It's becoming ritual. You know ritual? I was telling, what does it mean? What makes difference between ritual and spiritual? Ritual and spiritual. Ritual plus SPI plus ritual becomes spiritual. SPI means Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON plus ritual becomes spiritual. SPI, Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON. So that's why what Prabhupada gave to us, he gave to us very systematical Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam. Such a joyful process. We may or may not be pure, that's okay. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj used to say, don't think less about yourself. Less think about yourself. Don't think less. Yeah. Oh, I'm so fallen. Patita Pavana Prabhu, I am more Samapati. That's okay. Inside your heart you can think like that. But if it will become like break to your preaching, you know, I am so fallen, so I will not go outside and I will not preach. No, I am too fallen. I will wait when I will become pure devotee, then I will preach. No, that's wrong. I wrote one poem in Russian language. Я знаю, что не готов, но долг прогоняет грусть. Метла выметает дом, хоть веник и грязный пусть. Means, I know that I am not ready, my Lord, but sense of duty, kicking away depression. Broom is dirty, but room is clean. Room cleaning, doing its duty, cleaning the room itself. Maybe it's dirty, but the room is clean. That's what we need. We need clean room. So like that, and Prabhupada, somebody came and said, Prabhupada, I am so most fallen. Prabhupada said, you are nothing than most. The most is Krishna. You are simply insignificant. The most is Krishna. You are nothing the most. I am most fallen. You are nothing the most. You simply do your service. That's all. Whatever Guru told you. Brahmachari Guru Kuleva Sattadantam Guru Hitva. And I found this is a miracle takes place. Miracle takes place when we simply executing the order of Guru and Krishna, becoming instrument. Nimitta matra bhava savya sachin. Miracle. Anyone would like to see the action movie? Miracle movie. I want to see. My life is like miracle. Krishna doesn't like this old boring, boring movie, like serial, 10,000 episodes in some house, Indian episodes serial, some family drama, same, chewing this punas charita charvananam, Same thing. No, Krishna is not interested with that. Krishna needs some action movie. He needs some excitement. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just out there. He's jumping in the most dangerous places where, Jagai Madhai, where Nityananda Prabhu, really, because mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to deliver these fallen souls. And if you'll be available to the people, you ask about relationships. We talk in that Rise Festival, 5 A's of successful relationships, whether it's in family or brahmacharis, friendship, or in the society in general. 5 A's. Who remembers that? 5 A's, if you've been in Rise.
I've written them now.
Oh yeah, you tell, so.
One is available.
Okay, write it down. Because this will never happen again. If you will not, Prabhupada said, writing means remembering. Broken pencil better than sharp memory. Because if you really want to remember, better you make note. And it's very key bullet points, power points. What is that? First A stands for available.
Available for each other. Second
Yeah.
appreciate.
To appreciate each other. Yes.
Third is attentive.
We have to be attentive to what?
To the needs of each other.
Needs, interest, concern and expectations of others. Nice. N-I-C-E, nice. Needs, interest, concern and expectations. We really have to feel others. It's called empathy. Para dukkha dukkhi, para sukha sukhi. We need to have a big heart for that. And then attentive, available, acceptance, attentive.
Yeah. Fourth is acceptance.
Acceptance.
Accept each other. And fifth is apology.
And apology. We have to say sorry sometimes to each other. Forgive and forget. God, give and forgive, and man, get and forget. So we always have to be grateful, and sometimes we have to say sorry to each other. That's okay. Because, sometimes to be right is not right. Just simply bend yourself, be humble, and then, sometimes people will criticize us, sometimes people misunderstand us. Even though it's not our fault, but people may misunderstand us. We have to be humble. How many of you know martial arts here? Something. Can you come? Just a little bit. Actually, we just now, before I came here, we had retreat for 2 weeks with Nepali brahmacharis. We had 100 brahmacharis nearly, and we went to mountain Himalayas for 2 weeks. Just no preaching, no teaching, just hang around together. Just for 2 weeks, seminars, kirtans, like crazy, like Nityananda Prabhu, this kind of kirtans we had 2 weeks continuously. And after those 2 weeks, everybody, it's so important, I tell you. Because Khali, as I say in Hindi, Khali pet na bhajan gopala lelo apna kantimala. You cannot give charity unless your stomach is full yourself. One sadhu told me, prachar bhojan ka dakkar. When you're eating, then burp comes. That's overflow, as His Grace Vasheshika Prabhu says. We have to distribute overflow. When you yourself feed up, or that's preaching. But when you stop, we are very happy here. We are completely frustrated. Energy of, of abundance, of happiness. Susukham kartumayam. It has to flow from you. It actually has to flow from you. It's called Shakti Parinamavada, transformation of energy. And people really don't care what you know. They want to know how much you care. People, they don't care how much you know. People want to know how much you care. And as I always say, you can never ever discover new land unless you're willing to give up the sight of seashore. We have to give up the sight of seashore and go to the ocean. Because ship, big ship liners, they're safe in harbor, no doubt about that. Bhaktivedanta Ashram harbor, or Soho Ashram harbor, or maybe Kathmandu Ashram harbor, or whatever, Moscow harbor. But it's not what they made for. They made not to be in harbor for the rest of their life. They meant to cross the ocean. Mrityu samsara sagarat. And in that ocean, yes, there are some dangers, blazing fire like dangers. Therefore, we're putting our anchor. Sometimes waves coming, waves. But it can easily, if you can see some in YouTube sometimes, tsunami in Japan, big ship, ooh, big wave, ooh, and it's just like flip over. But those ships, those who have some anchor, anchor, it will definitely bounce here up and down, but it will not be possible for you to pluck over, what do you call it, flip over, because you're hooked by the anchor, and that anchor is instructions of spiritual master. That anchor is Srimad Bhagavatam. Sanatana Goswami, wonderful prayers of Srimad Bhagavatam, He is my friend, He is my eternal companion. Let your syllables will be on my mouth at the moment of death, you know this. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna Kathamrita, Guna Kathamrita. This is medicine. Nivritta Tarsha Rupagiyamanas Bhava Aushadhi Chotra Manobhiramatsa Uttama Shloka Gunanuvadat. Same thing. Description. Parikshit Maharaj, he says, is Bhava Aushadhi. Bhava means Bhavaroga. Everybody is sick, everybody crazy, Nunam pramatta kurutevi karma. Yat indriya prithaya aprinoti. Na sadhumanni yato atmanoyam klishan api klishada ashadeha. So, Prakrishta Rupina Matta, crazy people. They sick civilization, misdirected. So we're supposed to remain healthy. Why? Just to give this medicine to them. And this medicine is Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam actually is like, last thing I'll share with you. This is, like, have you seen, in India there is one Tata company, big company, Tata company. The Tata Nagar? There is industry, and around that industry, some factory, some city manifests. Because all those people, those who are living around that factory or industry, they are working in that industry. So similarly, our Vaishnava communities based around Srimad Bhagavatam, Grihastas, Brahmacharis, but Prabhupada says in commentary, we are not Brahmacharis, not Grihastas. Preaching can be done by anyone. Naham vipro na chanarapati na pi vaishyo na shudro. Naham varni na cha grihapati na vanasto yatirva. Kintu pradhyam nikila paramananda purnamrita bdher gopi bhartur padakamalayur dasa 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 anudasa. So we are servants of the servants of the servants. We are, we want to understand Krishna, but to understand Krishna we have to learn how to stand stand, not upstand, understand. We have to surrender. So that's why it's a wonderful opportunity. Brahmacharya Ashram is like that, to do what requires from our parampara, from Krishna. Srila Prabhupada He wants us to go and preach and give Yarade Hatare Kaha Krishna Upadesha. Many people, they want, but they don't have opportunity. Some people have opportunity, but they don't want. But this is ashram where you can have desire to preach and you have opportunity to preach 24 hours. So, and you'll see miracles will take place. If you can take extra mile, if you push, pray until something happens. You take some risk, take some responsibility, and guaranteed some miracles will take place. And you'll be so far out, you can enjoy life actually. This is kind of enjoyment, spiritual, transcendental. Susukham kartamavayam. Krishna told to Arjuna, I never told you it's going to be easy. I didn't tell you that. It will be heavy, very tough. You're going to lose Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, Abhimanyu, all your brothers and relatives will die. It will be very painful. But I'm telling you the knowledge how you still can be susukham kartumavayam. Very happy from inside. Isn't it contradiction? People dying around, so many things happening, and you are still from inside. I don't know what's happening. You're still Hari Baba. This is transcendental because we are not from this world. We came as a guests. Ayaram Gayaram, as they say, So we came. So let's do maximum in this lifetime what we can do. And the rest up to Krishna. Do your best and Krishna will do the rest. And the best thing, to chant holy name with holy people in a holy place, in a holy day. And for devotees, every day is holy day. In human life, we have a gift, an opulence and the treasure. The true devotees of the Lord who want to give Him pleasure. Keep Guru's order in the heart. Example His behold. To whom you meet, give Krishna's feet 2 lotuses to hold. Don't worry profit or the loss. Surrender life to Supreme Boss. And far and wide, try spread His fame by chanting sweet and holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to spend few seconds with all of you. And my pleasure to see all of you. Feast for the eyes. Darshana Pavitra Koreto Maragon. I think it's time's up. And if you have maybe one question.
Sure. Thank you for the class. Again, you mentioned the point of like taking responsibility, like going out of your comfort zone. But at the same time, there's also the aspect of, like you said, like you can't give what you don't have, right? So how do you identify the balance and how do you ensure you don't?
Thank you. Very nice question. Actually, Bhagavatam 11 Canto explains that bhakti process compared to the eating. Remember that shloka? Bhakti Parishanubhava Tri Eka Kala. So you can find out the translation. You know that shloka? While eating, you experiencing three things. Translate to make it authorized.
Devotion, direct experience of the Supreme God, and detachment from other things. These three occur simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the same way that pleasure, nourishment and relief from hunger come simultaneously and increasingly with each bite for a person engaged in eating.
Yes. Krishna Pratyaksha Bhagavan. Pratyaksha is directly. You can feel it. When you're eating, you're hungry. Tushti, pushti, vairakti anyatra. You can start to feel satisfaction. Super. Like we were dancing, for example, right? So we didn't bribe anyone. Who didn't want to dance, it's okay, you're most welcome. It's open, you can go. But those who can jump in that flow, wow, you can be part of that flow. And it's not something where I just do just to impress you guys, who am I to impress and why? You can try to impress one day one person or many days many people. But you can't impress everyone all the time to make this drama. Why? But when you make your life to do something which you like to do, then all life become hobby, not boring slavery. Oh, I have to do it. I have to take accordion because I have to give class. I have to be happy. Guys, let's dance. Otherwise people will think that we are not happy. No, it's natural, family which dance together, advance together. Because if you're not happy, then what's the point of sitting here? Go. Of course, we're not trying to make everyone happy. We're not trying to please everyone. As Steve Jobs said, if you want to please everyone, go and sell ice cream. So we are not here to please everyone. And still you will not be able to please everyone because somebody needs chocolate, somebody vanilla, somebody strawberry flavor, how you can please everyone? Prabhupada said, you cannot expect utopia. Cannot. But what we are here, yam swanubhavam akilam shutisaram ekam. We are here to gain our own experience, anubhava, experience. And then we're sharing that experience with others. Yes. So how to understand, how to keep balance? You check yourself. Are you hungry or not? If you're hungry, just wait, eat enough, and then distribute extra to others. So, but if you, and take shelter of devotees, and Bhagavatam, and holy name, and once you're feeling happy, tushti, pushti, vairakti, then automatically you'll become feeling like, you'll not be able to sit here. No, I have to go outside, I have to share this with others. Isn't it? Have you had this experience? Sometimes when we're doing Harinam, come, it's like it's flowing, come, why are you standing outside? Come inside. It's just, we are under the flow, it's like Niagara waterfall. Come. And people standing outside and expecting to take bath, Come inside, have to go inside that flow of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Prabhupada said, sun shining for everyone, not Vishtina Priya. But if you're standing inside the shadow, how you can expect sun to give you light? We have to get out from comfortable zone. No? So we have to expose ourselves to the sun rays of mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like that. And you can feel it. It's not going to be easy, of course. It will be always ups and downs. But you have to welcome that. Because ups and downs, it's okay. Because I was saying, sometimes you're up, I'm down, tomorrow I'm up, you're down. But together we are. What's the catch? Keyword, together. Because ups and downs, this is life. Like, heartbeat, CGO, cardiology, when this is like, oh, shanti, it means death. And I've seen this. No. It has to be like this, and sometimes up, sometimes down. But it's okay. As long as it's for Krishna. Prabhupada said, it's Krishna anxiety. Sometimes we have anxiety, sometimes difficulties. Take it as a Krishna's anxiety. Because Prabhupada said, maybe in ISKCON or in Brahmachari ashram is difficult, outside is impossible. Here is difficult, there is impossible. If you want to try, but don't cry. Like Gauranga Prabhu was giving this example. One devotee was rolling chapati, rolling chapati, and hey, I came for preaching here. You pity people exploiting me to make chapati. What is this nonsense? In Chowpati, I am doing chapati. I came to preach here. I was complaining, and finally just packed his bag and left ashram. Nonsense. Soon after that, he got married. And after 10 years, he met that same guy. Says, oh, how are you doing? You know what? I am just married now. I have a wife, and wife has some back pain, and I am sitting in the kitchen making chapati. I am still rolling the same chapati. But now I have ghore and ghore ka bachcha, One guy was walking in the mountain, very difficult. I have to buy one horse at least. Okay, he bought the horse. With great difficulties, he purchased the horse. Okay, now I have a horse. Now a horse will take me. And then when he bought the horse, he realized that this horse is pregnant. And then pregnant horse, could not walk. She delivered the baby. Now he has to carry the horse and then also ghore ka bachcha. And then he's carrying the horse on his back and also the baby of the horse. What to do? So this is life. That's also nice. It's not bad. And if you don't want to take responsibility in brahmacharya life, Krishna will make us to take responsibility. Definitely. Because Krishna doesn't like irresponsible people. Responsibility means response ability to respond to the Guru's order. And if you take responsibility, yes sir, okay. So now I have such a huge family. I have thousands of children. People are saying, you're not married. Hey Baba, I have such a big family, much bigger than yours. You have only 1-2 kids. I have thousands of children. We have Gurukula, 80 children. We have Pachala, also 8 children. Gurukula, 15 kids also. We have brahmacharis, hundreds of brahmacharis. They're like children also. And sometimes grihasthas also like children. Prabhuji, Prabhuji, what to do? Sometimes it's like big family. Father and mother, I love you, family. Vaishnava family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are all big family with uncles and nephews. This is family. And we have to take responsibility. And you know how to understand who is family member, who is outsider? Do you know? No. You see, when you have Janmashtami festival, and after Janmashtami, just after late night, or you see all the guests left, and you go to the kitchen and see who is cleaning the pots. They are family members. Those who are cleaning the house and cleaning the pots and kitchen and putting things back together, they are family members. And guests, they came to take credit and enjoy, Airam Gairam. But family members, they're taking responsibility for the household, housekeeping. So take responsibility for the house of Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada will take us seriously. Make sense? Then he will get the happiness. Because happiness is given by Krishna. Dadami buddhi. It's not like, I have to be happy. Unless Krishna will, dadami buddhi yogam tam. He will not give you in the heart. He is a Satchitananda Vigraha, Raso Vaisaha. He is a supreme enjoyer. So he has to press the button. Wow, and then you can Prakashanti Mahatmanaha. Wow, that's the salary Krishna paying. That's happiness. Transcendental happiness. Okay. Does that make sense? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta-vrinda ki jai. Bhaktivedanta Manor Brahmachari ashram ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of course, many stories to share with you, but maybe next time. Hopefully it's not our last time. Hare Krishna. Thank you for inviting us.